So, the purpose of my thesis was to investigate the reason the barn swallow choose to inhabit the hostel. Usually, this bird activity can be caused by habitat and biological factors. Areas that have suitable temperature, shelter, food, and water source are the main cause of presence of this bird. From the site visit, the problems that have been identified: 1. The hostel structure that has a pipeline along the corridor and windows ledge allow this species to perch, making them to settle in this area. 2nd, the student exposed to bird dropping and bird feather. 3rd, this species produce loud noises in the morning and evening. 4th, bird dropping have a relatively high acid that can cause damage to the equipment. Lastly, the area is exposed to bacteria and may threaten residential health as they are living in unsanitary and unpleasant surroundings. For the method I use in my research is the hazard identification, risk assessment, and risk control (HIRAC). Type of hazard can be grouped into 3 categories: health, environmental, and safety hazard. HIRAC is done to determine the type of activity which then identify the hazard source. So, the risk of the accident is obtained. Then, the risk control is performed to reduce the hazard exposure on each work activity. In conclusion, the bird scares of lighting, sticky landing, and block entering access. This is my suggestion that is naturally not harmful to human and birds. First is reflector tape. It is printed with tens of thousands of tiny, almost holographic, reflective squares that split the light and then reflect it back in all the colors of the rainbow. The tape was developed as a bird and animal deterrent. The glittering refractive light that is produced by the tape is intended to scare the target species. The strip of tape makes a slight crackling sound in the wind. Secondly, optical gel. It is designed to keep all of bird species from structures and building to prevent them from perching and roosting. This multisensory bird deterrent gel which are guaranteed safe to use because it is harmless and non-toxic ingredients. It is resistant to extreme temperature and rain. It works by emitting a UV light spectrum which appear like a flame to an approaching bird, so they are inclined to avoid it. Lastly, netting. Bird netting is form of bird pest control. It is a net used to prevent birds from reaching certain area. Bird netting can be particularly effective for large open areas such as roof and loading bays. As this research is still ongoing, the suggestion given has not yet been identified as each proposal needs to be tested first. With that, thank you.